All right, we are live. We're back. Just want to do a quick update. Want to do a quick update on how we did last week. College football not too hot. Below 500, we went 2-3. It was really, I thought Georgia was gonna put up more of a fight. That's really what it was. I mean, they're just not good. They're just not good. Georgia losing obviously hurts, hence I don't have the Georgia hoodie on today. Still a little sour about it, but we get past it. 7-2, still looking at the playoffs. Texas did look really good against Florida. Just to circle back real quick, they looked really good. They have a couple tough games down the stretch, but they're looking real nice. They're setting themselves up real nice for a good run in the playoffs. That Georgia loss probably helps them if anything. Ole Miss did beat Georgia. They looked good. I mean, they have 2 losses. They can make a playoff. They were out the show I was listening to today. They were talking about. I think I mentioned the last episode. There's only gonna be 4 teams that make the from the SEC to make the playoff. I'd be shocked if there was a 5th. If I'm being honest. I mean, I could see a world where it happens just because how good. The SEC has starting to flatten out. I think we've all seen that if we're watching college football. The SEC is starting to flatten out. People who don't want to wait 2 years to play in Bama are going to transfer to a Vandy or a Mizzou or a Florida and get playing time right away. So it's interesting. I don't know if we'll get 5 teams in there from the SEC, but I think for sure 4. Indiana. That one was kind of not a heartbreaker. Like, I knew Michigan was going to come in and put a fight. Michigan's not going to roll over anyone, okay? Michigan's just not going to take it from anyone. They're going to go in there and they're going to fight. That's just what they do. I don't know how else to explain it. That's just what they do. They're not good. They're not going to win these fights, but they're going to fight. You know what I mean? That's just who they are this year. They're going to be okay. They're in a rebuilding. They just won the Natty last year. Like, fuck it. Who cares? Like, if you're a Michigan student, you're probably just walking around campus like, we won the fucking Natty last year. Who cares? It's on to college basketball at this point. Indiana still looking good. I mean, they're putting some respect on Indiana's name. Now, is it this week or next week that they have a big game? Do they play Ohio State this week? It's next week. Is it next week? I don't know. They play Ohio State soon. I think it's next week. But, yeah, because I saw Ohio State plays fucking Northwestern this week or something. Stupid. Bama, LSU, I did have Bama. Bama fucking rolled the fucking floor with them. I did have Colorado against Tech. Or, no, I didn't. I had Tech. Damn, did I go 1-4? Holy shit. I did go 1-4. Oh, my goodness. I went 1-4. Wow, my only lock was Bama. Bama -3 on the fucking road in an SEC game in Death Valley. Crazy. Damn, I definitely thought I took Colorado. All right, fuck it. Terrible week in college football then. Just terrible. 1-4. Holy shit. Quick NFL recap from last week. Bengals lost the Ravens. Ravens are really fucking good. I took the Giants because I'm an idiot because I thought Daniel Jones might actually do something. He might be the most, like we talk about, like I've talked, about bag getters and all that kind of shit. Like quarterbacks are bag getters. Like they're going to get paid. Daniel Jones getting paid, I think 160 is just an ultimate bag move. Like he knows he's not good. Like he realizes that. Like he knows he's walking out there and like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And he just kind of slings the ball around. It's fucking amazing. It is amazing. Excuse me. It's amazing to watch Daniel Jones get paid $160 million to walk out on a football field and just get destroyed. I mean, the Panthers aren't good. The Panthers are not good. Shout out Bryce Young though. Hey, I still have stock on Bryce Young. It's not worth shit right now, but I still have it. I'm holding it. But yeah. Broncos did cover against the Chiefs. Let's just talk about it real quick. NFL rigged. I'm starting to put on my tinfoil hat more and more every time the Chiefs win. I think they want them to win so they can have the first three-peat. What better time to do it in the golden age of media to be the first three-peat and then just walk around. So tinfoil hat is on with the Chiefs. I get it. The Broncos blew the coverage, but they just keep getting away with it. Someone beat them, please. It's not even now. It's not. Just beat them when it matters. Just beat them when it matters. Sure, the Broncos could have won. Give them the first loss. Will Lutz probably drills the kick, if I'm being completely honest. Left side just gets blown up by the by the rush, and then game over. Game over. It was painful. I didn't enjoy watching it, let's just say the least. But the Broncos looked good, I will say that. And they kind of had that right attitude. They had the right attitude after the game. Like, they're like, fuck, we lost. We should have beat this team. Everyone knew they should have beat this team. That's the mentality that they had going into the game. So it's like when they get out of the game, they're like, this shit fucking sucks because we all know we're better than this. And they meant it. It wasn't just like, fake speak like, oh, we're better than this, No, they fucking believe it. So I kind of respect it, if I'm being honest. Are they going to make the playoffs? There's like a 40% chance, I think there is. But they covered. Should have won the game. But they didn't. They covered. Steelers Commanders, Russell Wilson is back to Seattle Russell Wilson because he has a defense that can get turnovers and get off the field, and he has an offense that can run the ball with a big-ass running back, Najee Harris, and he just throws deep balls. That's all they do. Yeah, he'll hit a couple crossers here and there. George Pickens is fucking hilarious to watch if you ever watch him. Dude runs a slant. I mean, he had the ball in one hand. He was just trying to stiff arm someone. Last game in the Commanders game, it was like, what? Bro's on a different level. Vikings, Jags, who really cares? Sam Darnold might have slipped a little bit. Jacksonville was also without Trevor Lawrence. I forgot I didn't mention that. Falcons, Saints. Saints won. They're back with their interim head coach. I don't know his name. Riz something. I don't fucking know. Falcons, that's kind of disappointing. They're supposed to win that division this year. I think they still can or will. 49ers, Bucks. Christian McCaffrey back. What do I want to say about the 49ers? If you were a GM, let's start here. If you were a GM, are you paying Brock Purdy to become the highest paid quarterback in the NFL? Are you doing that? Let's talk about it. Are you doing that? I'm not, if I'm being honest. I don't get me wrong, I think he's going to get paid. I think San Fran will definitely be like, hey, you've been our guy for the last few years, so we're going to give you a very generous deal, but you don't have the arm talent. You're not 6'4". You can move pretty well. But again, I am a firm believer in this, that you could throw any average to obviously above average, but any average quarterback in that Kyle Shanahan offense, and he's going to succeed. He's just going to succeed. That's just the way it is. That offense is that good, and it's that wide open where if they have something here, there's a backside that's wide open, but it's a higher risk. But I just think that's how that offense works. Brock Purdy knows it like the back of his hand, so I respect him for it. But I just don't think he's a elite level quarterback. I really don't. I really don't. I think he's good. I think he's good for that offense. I've gone down the list of quarterbacks with my friends, like these quarterbacks in play. They're like, no. I'm like, yes. That's how legit this offensive scheme is, I guess is the best way to put it. Christian McCaffrey, welcome back. They won on the game winner. It is what it is. After the kicker missed, 2 or 3 in that game? 2 or 3 field goals in that game, so whatever. Bucks, I fucking love them. I really do. I'm addicted to them. They're going to cover almost every game. They're going to a bye week. Mike Evans will be back. I think they can get some wins. I think they might be able to win that division. Don't hold me accountable for that. But they could rattle off some. They really could. They could rattle off some. Baker's a dog. That defense is not humming, but for how injury that entire team is, they're hanging in there. Baker, Baker is just willing them to every game. He's keeping them in every game. And I love Baker for it. Absolutely love Baker for it. What else we got? Bills, Colts. It was close. What are you going to do with Colts? Look, Bills, kudos. You turn it on in the third, fourth quarter. You end up winning by 10. You end up covering. Great. Josh is Josh. He's being fucking fantastic. kind of waiting for those receivers to step up, if I'm being honest. I know they don't have like that number one guy. I think Amari Cooper is going to be a game changer, especially as we get later and later in the season, especially in the playoffs. Especially. Colts. Colts. What are we going to do? Look, you tried the Flacco thing. It's not working. I get it. Maybe it's like Anthony Richardson. Sit down for a while. Take a load off and learn something. I get that. I totally get that. But you wasted a first-round draft pick on him after he had, 2 crazy games in college? 2 or 3 crazy games in college? He's fucking athletic. Don't get me wrong. He's super athletic. But what do? Do you put Anthony Richardson and be like, hey, figure it out? Or do you let him sit behind Flacco for, maybe the rest of the season, be like, see if you learn anything going into next year? Then it's like, what are we going to do at quarterback? I don't know. Personally, I would just fucking ride Anthony Richardson. Flacco's okay. Like, I like watching Joe Flacco, but he's at that age where it's like, all right, man. Don't get me wrong. His arm is still amazing. His mind is still moving pretty well. He can read a fucking defense, but it's like, what are we gaining here? I get the Colts want to try to make a playoff run and be like, hey, we can make a playoff run. But it's like, first round draft pick Anthony Richardson sitting on the bench. I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I'd rather have Anthony Richardson finish out the season and be like, hey, you go win us, what are we going into? Week 11? You go win us 5 games, you got the job next year. You win 4, we'll talk about it. You go under 4, you're gone. That's kind of what I don't know. Or trade him. Anthony Richardson could not do Kyle Shanahan's offense just because you have to be able to throw the ball, some dump off passes. Anthony Richardson can't do that. If they ran 4 goes all the time, just had 8 receivers total, just 4 on, 4 waiting to go on, just throw verse every play, he might be the best quarterback ever. But you can't do that. Patriots, Bears, who cares? I said it last week. Bears are a dumpster fire. I'll just mention now they got rid of their offensive coordinator. He's no longer calling plays. I don't think that matters. I think it's a Matt Eberflus problem. I think it's a much larger problem at hand. Maybe it's not even Eberflus. It just sucks because I don't want the Bears to waste Caleb Williams because that's the conversation right now. That's the conversation floating around. All these quarterbacks, these rookie quarterbacks are succeeding. I mean, we got Bo, we got Drake May, who's actually playing really well. He fucking kind of not torched the Bears, but he had a pretty good game. Bo. Drake May, thank you. Holy shit. Jane Daniels, Caleb Williams. I know I'm missing. Am I missing someone? I don't know. Regardless, but like 3 out of the 4 of those are actually like progressing. You can see that these they're showing flashes of this is the guy. You're seeing flashes of this is the guy with Caleb, but it's like depressing flashes. It's like he's trying to do everything and he's not throwing the ball on time. He's not, he's trying to outrun defensive ends that are, 5 years older than him and, just bigger, faster, stronger, that kind of thing. It's just something, I don't know. I don't want him to get wasted because I think he's really good. I think his arm talent is really good. I think he can develop into reading a defense is the best way I can put it. I just don't want him to get wasted because I think he went 1-1 for a very good reason. Don't get me wrong. Jane Daniels is balling out. I think he's going to have similar to a CJ Stroud kind of year next year where it's like, oh, he's still good. Like he's the franchise guy, don't be wrong, but it's going to be a level down just because it's a sophomore slump. No one says sophomore slump anymore. It's like, oh, this guy's really fucking good and he's going to continue to be really fucking good and just go. No, it's a sophomore slump. When you get the franchise guy, there's growing pains. There's going to be growing years. That's the kind of thing I think. That's just what I believe. That's why I'm not a fucking GM. I don't know. But Patriots won. I did have them +6, so that was nice. Titans, Chargers. Chargers beat them. Just ran the ball down their throat. Good defense. Eagles, Cowboys. Dak is out for the rest of the year. Had hamstring surgery of some sort. I don't fucking know. I saw the thing. Eagles beat the shit out of them. Jets, Cardinals. When I was doing my review of these games, I was like, I'm not going to bet on the Jets anymore. I'm not going to bet on the Jets anymore. And then I started writing down the games for this week, and I'm like, the Jets look interesting. You know, I like the Jets. I don't know. Everything I hear, it's like Aaron Rodgers is done. He's washed. Hang him up. He's gonna go to the Vikings, and then he's gonna go back. So, I don't know. Whatever Brett Favre did. I am addicted to him. Maybe because I'm having him on my fantasy team and I need him to do good. But it's just like it's nostalgia watching Aaron Rodgers throw the ball to Devontae Adams. It's like, man, that's just fucking amazing to watch. I know you guys are down 30, but that is a great throw, you know? The biggest, I think one of the biggest, not biggest, but a large size what if is if Aaron Rodgers doesn't tear his Achilles Monday Night Football of 2023. What if? Because that defense ended up being really fucking good. The offense was, I mean, you never knew what the offense was because you had Zach Wilson back there. But it's like, what if you don't do that? What if you don't do that? Who knows? They I don't know. It's a big what if. If you really think about it, they weren't bad last year, but they weren't offensively. They weren't good. But if you have Aaron Rodgers back there, a healthy Aaron Rodgers dice people up, or you could turn it the other way and be like, well, you think a year is that big of a difference? Yeah, off an Achilles tear at 40 years old, I think it's a pretty big difference. But what if? You know? I don't know. I'm addicted to betting them. But the Cardinals look good. Trey McBride's a fucking dog. Kyler's having a good season. I think I saw a tweet or heard something that Kyler's 3-0 after Black Ops Call of Duty Black Ops dropped. So, you know, he's 3-0. Maybe we'll go 4-0 in a month. Sorry. Lions, Texans, night game. Pick fest. You throw a pick. I throw a pick. You throw a pick. I throw a pick. Somehow, some way, the Lions went on a 19-0 run in the second half. Texans didn't score a single fucking point, which was fine. I took the Lions minus 3.5, which kind of sucks. That half, the tail kind of screwed me over. But you saw, I mean, if you listen to Chris Collinsworth, he was like, if you want to get this offense back on track, run the ball Dave Montgomery, probably behind Penei Sewell, and get Amon-Ra St. Brown the ball. That you get the offense like that moving, everything else falls into place. There were a couple throws at Jared, like when they show the replay of the pick, it's like, oh, okay, you know, the deep ball, the post corner to Jameson, you see it, but he just fucking puts it more vertical than out. So it's like, I get it, but I mean, this is one of those wins for the Lions that I think they needed, like to show that, oh, we're down and we're playing like absolute ass. Can we come back and win this game? The answer is yes. Now, how much weight you want to put on it? Because the Texans are good. They're having kind of, again, sophomore slump kind of year where, you know, CJ Stroud ascended into this, you know, franchise quarterback. And it's like, is it a down year? Are they good? You know, nothing. It's like, it's very clunky. That's how I'm viewing it. It's like, they have flashes of, oh, Joe Mixon just ran on this deep ass, you know, fucking run, dump off to Tank Dell for 12 yards. I think it does hurt that Nico Collins is still out for what? I think it's going on 5-6 weeks. I get it. It's kind of, it takes out, he's the deep threat, takes off the top, all that kind of shit. I get it. But, you know, they don't fucking look good. They don't look good. They're good, but they don't look good, you know? I don't know how to describe it. The Texans are a weird team. I don't want to face them in the playoffs. If they have home field advantage, I don't want to face them in the playoffs because they'll be healthy by the end of the playoffs. No, Stephon Diggs kind of sucks still, but it's like, you know, you got Tank Dell, whatever. Dalton Schultz, fine. Dolphins, Rams. Welcome back, Tua. Finally got a fucking win. What are the Dolphins? They're mammals. I'm just kidding. How do I describe the Dolphins? How would I describe the Dolphins? They're fun when they're, you know, when Tua's playing good and he's not, you know, when he's playing. You know, I like watching Tyreek Hill. I like Jalen Waddle. You know, their running backs are still really good. That offense is very fun to watch. It's a very unique offense. Mike McDaniel doing fucking crazy shit like that. Yeah, I don't know. Dolphins are gonna piss some people off on the down stretch of this. They're not making the playoffs. They just got their third win last night. They're not making the playoffs, but they could ruin shit for other people. You know. Rams. Ugh. Rams. 4-6, I think. Matthew Stafford had an okay game. I mean, that offense just was not flowing. I mean, give credit to the Dolphins' defense, I guess, but that offense was not flowing. With Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, you know, Kyron Williams is running the fuck out of the ball this year. That defense isn't bad. They looked like shit last night, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. The Rams they're on life support. Let's just say that. They're on life support. I like them. They can win some games. They really can. I mean, who are they playing this week? They're playing at the Patriots. I like the Patriots in that game, if I'm being completely honest. It's one. What is it? 5? Give me the Patriots +5. I'm marking it down right now. But it's just, you know, they're on life support. There's times where they come out of the coma and they're like, oh, let's fucking go. We can win a game on overtime on one throw and call game. Or they can get ran through by the Cardinals. It just, stick in the coma, lean towards the game winners. That's it. All right. That was last week. Let's talk some college football this week. I got 4 games written down. I think next week's the big week. There's a couple SEC games. I think Ohio State plays Indiana, and then Ohio State plays Michigan too. I think Ohio State beats Michigan, but it's like, for what? You know? It's Michigan. Like, congrats. They're fucking suck this year. But that's a couple weeks out. First game. I got 4 games here. Let's see. Utah. This one just kind of stuck out to me because it's like, can CU make a run? Can CU make a run and maybe make the playoffs? I don't think so. I think they're going to slip somewhere in these next couple weeks. I really do. I don't know if it's going to be at Utah or against Utah at home. I really don't. Minus the 10. CU minus 10. Utah coming to town to Colorado, to Folsom Field, to Boulder, Colorado. I don't know where to land on this game. I was thinking about it. It's like Utah just isn't that good anymore. Last year, the year before, even the year before that, Cam Rising, quarterback, maybe not last year, 2 years before that, 3 years ago, Cam Rising, quarterback, fucking amazing. Do you remember that Ohio State-Utah game? The Rose Bowl? That game was amazing. It was CJ Stroud and Cam Rising going back and forth. I don't know where to land on this game. I think it's an afternoon game. I don't fucking know. I don't know if that. It doesn't matter when it. I don't know. I don't have a solid answer for this one. I think I'm just gonna lay the 10 with CU and kind of just hope for the best. I think Utah kind of keeps us close. If I'm being completely honest with you, CU. I'm hoping for like a backdoor cover kind of thing. I think CU gets off they get out of the block slow, but then they turn it up at the end. They get out of the block slow, then turn it up at the end. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Missouri at South Carolina. South Carolina minus 12. This is like a 12 to 23 matchup. I was looking at this game when I was writing it down before the line. I saw the line. I was like, I kind of like Missouri to win this game outright. Then I saw 12, and I'm like, holy shit. I mean, South Carolina is like, they're good. 12 points better than Missouri, though? 12 points better than Missouri? I'm going to go. It's a sick bet, but give me the Missouri plus 12. Do they keep it close? I think they keep it close. I think South Carolina gets up for big games. I had the A&M bet. I had it money line. I called it on the show. I said South Carolina's due to beat a big team. It was A&M. It was at night in South Carolina. Everything lined up. I think that's the peak as they get. I like that coach. I really do. I don't remember his name, but I like that coach. Missouri's kind of like whatever. They were doing good. See, now I'm talking myself into South Carolina. You know what? Fuck it. We'll stick it with Missouri. Give me the plus 12. I don't know. LSU at Florida. LSU minus 4.5. I bet Florida last week. I was like, they'll keep it close. It's 21.5 points. Texas ran away with it. I don't think LSU and Texas are on the same level, obviously, because this line would be much larger if they were. It's 4.5. But going to Florida, LSU coming off a loss. Oh, this is fucking gross. Does that Yale quarterback figure it out? I don't know. I don't know. Part of me wants to believe that he does, but fuck. LSU minus the 4.5. Give me LSU minus the 4.5. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not in love with that line. It's the tail that's gonna fuck me, but it is what it is. All right, last big game for college football. Tennessee going to Georgia. If you were to guess this, like right now, if you don't know the line, if you're listening or watching, and you're listen, Tennessee at Georgia, what's the line? You got it? You got the line? You got the line? Georgia minus 10. Georgia minus 10? They couldn't beat Ole Miss. I know they were on the roll in Ole Miss. Bama has their fucking number. Obviously, they've had it for years. But it's like, Georgia by 10? Am I missing something with Tennessee? Is Ugalagale not fucking playing? Nico? Is he not playing? I feel like this is stealing if I don't take it. I think Georgia's gonna win, but 10? Heupel will have these boys ready. I know Heupel will have the Tennessee Volunteers ready. I'm taking Tennessee plus the 10. If I'm being completely honest. I don't understand how that's 10. Please let me know. Fucking let me know, because I don't get that. That is disrespect for Tennessee, and that's too much credit for Georgia. I must be missing something. I don't know what it is, but that's what that is. I feel comfortable with all those. Let's go 4-0 on the fucking week. Let's go 4-0 on Saturday. I actually like that. CU makes me that. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe Georgia fucking steamrolls them because they need a win. I mean, Tennessee's flirting with one loss, so they have a little room for, whatever. But these top SEC teams are gonna fucking 3 out of the 4 are gonna have 2 losses. Maybe all 4 are gonna be 2-loss teams. That's gonna fuck some things up. I don't know if Tennessee. But here's the thing: if Tennessee wins, Georgia's out. Georgia's out. That's fine. Georgia's out. Georgia can't lose. They can't. This is the end of their fucking dick kicker of games, because they've been on an absolute tear of games at home or on the road, everything. Just, a tough, brutal schedule. Tough and brutal schedule. They need to win this game. I don't think they cover. I don't think they cover. Just an SEC game. I know Tennessee's not bad. Georgia's not playing good ball. Carson Beck. Where's Heisman? Where's Heisman? Future Heisman winner Carson Beck. Haven't seen him. Have not seen him. I've seen highlights of him. I need him, though. I need him. All right, let's move on to fucking NFL. I didn't even see Bama. Oh, Bama's playing Mercer this week. Get the fuck out of here, Bama. Bama's playing Mercer. Mercer's 9-1. FCS school. Get the fuck out of here. Go Mercer. Let's go get Mercer. Who plays Mercer in week 10 or 11? What are we doing? I thought this is college football. Get your games out of here early in the year. It's week 10. It's week 11. Whatever the fuck it is. 12 maybe. I don't know. It's all blending together. Mercer. Get the fuck out of here. Mercer. Blow me, Bama. All right, NFL. Oh, where do we want to go? So we got... See, dude, this is what I'm talking about. I'm looking at the games right here. We got a Thursday night game here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games Sunday morning. Look, I'm never going to complain about football, but it's like, why 8? Why 8? You know what? Fucking do the East Coast games. East Coast time. Once you get to Midwest to West Coast, put those in. Just give me a couple afternoon games. Just give me a couple more afternoon games. I don't understand this. 8, 3, and 1. And then we got one on Monday night. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, whatever. I'll get off my soapbox. Thursday night, Commanders, Eagles. Eagles minus 3.5. The tail is what's catching me right now. I think the Commanders are good. I think they're good. I like Jane Daniels. I'm on record of liking Jane Daniels. I think they're figuring a lot of things out. I think Dan Quinn. Yeah, Dan Quinn. Yeah, I'm thinking of Dan Quinn. Is getting that defense right. I think, what's his name from USC got fired, whatever, Cardinals head coach. I can see his face, not his name. I think he's got it. I think they got everything humming. I think they're working. Okay. I don't think it works long term. I think eventually, maybe it does work long term. I don't know. But I don't think they're there yet. I think they're good. I do think they're good. I don't think they're there yet. I don't think they're. I like the Eagles. Whatever. Sirianni fucks up in the end, chokes in the end. Always in the playoffs, chokes. Not always. They made a Super Bowl with Sirianni. Nevertheless, I think the Commanders keep this close. I really do. But I think it's more of a touch, like Eagles go down and score late and then they get a stop and it's like, okay, they win by 6. I like the Eagles. I really do. I think they can make a lot of noise in the playoffs. Can they get to the Super Bowl? I don't think so. I really don't. I really don't think so. I don't think they're... How would I describe the Eagles? One word. They're solid. Solid. Perfect. I think that's if they're solid, they're above good. They're not a great football team. I'm not scared of the Eagles. I'm scared to play the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. I'm scared to play the Detroit Lions or the Baltimore Ravens. I'm scared to play those teams. Even though the Broncos covered against the Chiefs and should have beat the Chiefs. Whatever. But we got rolled through the Ravens. What are you going to do, right? Yeah, I just like the Eagles here. And it's at home Thursday night. It's going to be a good game. I just think it's, Commanders are going to score. I think they're both going to score. But again, I think it's going to be one of those things where Commanders, kick a field goal to maybe take the lead with like 3.5 minutes left. Jalen Hurts, methodically gets his way down the field. They end up scoring a touchdown or breaking one or, throwing a deep pass. Minute and a half left, under a minute, whatever. Commanders just don't get it. They just don't get to the Hail Mary point, maybe Hail Mary 2.0. That'd be some shit. So Eagles minus 3.5. Could be way wrong off that. Packers at Bears. Give me the Packers. I'm not even going to flinch twice about this one. If Jordan Love is fully healthy, I love them in this spot. Going into Chicago, obviously it's a rivalry game, but it just kind of feels a little different because one is starting to ascend a lot farther than the other. I really did have high. Once you saw, Caleb Williams kind of settle down in the beginning of the season, the first couple games were a little rocky. But then you saw him settle down, throw some touchdown passes, get the ball out of his hands, all that kind of stuff. I think they're going to scheme up a lot of short throws, a lot of 1, 2, 3, here's the read. If he's not there, dump it off or get running. That's just kind of shit that I think they're going to do. I like Jordan Love. I kind of had him going into the MVP race at the beginning of this year. I didn't think he was out of the question. I didn't think he was that crazy, if I'm being honest. But now, obviously we're way more than halfway into the season. It's kind of like, all right, Jordan Love, show me some shit. Be a fucking dog one time, all right? Be a fucking dog. I like this Packers team. They can make a lot of noise. I think the Packers and Eagles are synonymous. I think they can make a lot of noise. Can they make that little, can they make the Super Bowl? I think so. I'm not confident about it, but it's like, sure, why not? It's like, sure, why not? But it's like, that's kind of how I view the Packers and the Eagles. Like they're really good. They're solid. At least I think the Packers are solid. Um, yeah, give me the 6.5. I don't care. Bears are a dumpster fire. Okay, I wish the Bears were good because when the Bears are good, it's good for football. Have you noticed that? When the Bears are good, it's not often, but like when they're floating around in the playoffs, it's good for football because they're the most one of top 3 historic franchises in the National Football League. It's just the way it is. When they're good, it's good for football. Jags going to the Lions. Trevor Lawrence might be out for the rest of the year. I saw some weird shit. It was like he had to go get a second opinion or something. He fucked up his knee. So he's not playing. I think the Lions are like, okay, it's the fucking Jags. Let's just go in there, roll over them, and then get the fuck out. I don't think Matt Jones is going to fucking do shit on the Jags or the Lions, excuse me. It makes me a little nervous just because of the way the Lions played. I know the Texans were good, but Jared just didn't play good football. I don't know if it was on purpose. Tin cap is on. Maybe Dan Campbell was like, hey, Jared, let's go around. Let's go out there and have some fun tonight. You know, if we win or lose, doesn't matter. Hint, hint, wink, wink, like go mess around and see if you can get us out of this hole. I think it was one of those things. I think it was 3-dimensional chess playing against someone else. Maybe even 4-dimensional chess. But I think they get it back on track. I think they're going to run the ball down the Jags' throat. I think they're going to do play action. Defense is going to have 2 picks. Lions special teams touchdown? Maybe. Vikings at the Titans. Minnesota -6. You think what I'm thinking? I think so. I think it's the Titans. I think it's Titans +6. Hear me out. Let them cook. Minnesota hasn't been playing good ball. You know, they started out, 6-0? They've won 1 in their last 4 or 5. Not the best ball. Sam Darnold's kind of regressed, which I think we all saw coming. We're like, okay, Sam Darnold, you're kind of playing like a fucking freak here. Do we pay you a shit ton of money right now? No. I think that, what did Doug Peterson say? He was like, can you explain why you think Sam Darnold's playing so good right now? And he goes, Justin Jefferson. That's it. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he's also got Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones. He's got dudes around him. But man, I think he threw they threw like 3 or 4 interceptions in the red zone. In the red zone last week. So, like, how am I supposed to bet on that? And the Titans' defense is good. I think Minnesota still wins this game. I really do. Unless we get bad Sam Darnold. Like, seeing ghosts again kind of Sam Darnold. But I like the Texans here. I like the Texans' defense. Can, Mayo boy, go score a couple touchdowns? Can he go score a couple touchdowns? Then yes. Then I maybe the Titans win outright. I like Titans in this spot. Raiders at Dolphins. Dolphins -7.5. I wonder what this line was before last night's game. 2.5 maybe? I don't know, man. Raiders coming off a bye. Going down to Miami. Who's starting quarterback for the Raiders? Is it going to be Gardner? Is it going to be Aiden O'Connell? Why don't they just run Wildcat? I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with this game. Fuck. All right, let's just go Raiders +7.5. I'm not going to say it was a fluke that the Dolphins won last night, but I think it was the best ball that they've played all year, even when Tua was healthy. I think it's the best ball they've played all year. Offensively, defensively, just 3 stages of the game. I think that's where they're at. I think they're kind of like, okay, let's go play spoiler, but it's the Raiders, so we don't really need to try. I think the Raiders come out off a bye week, go in, cover the game. I don't think they win. I think they cover. My mouth is getting very dry. Rams at Patriots. Like I said before, I think I have to take the Patriots here. Patriots are fun. I think they're kind of fun to watch. It's not like oh my gosh, this is amazing kind of fun. It's like, they're kind of doing some fuck shit around here, you know? Um, on the other hand, you could be like, oh, the Rams just lost on Monday Night Football. They can go into Foxborough. I think Matthew Stafford is an absolute dog, but I think he kind of turned into an indoor cat. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. I'm taking that back. I remember Matthew Stafford in those cold games, you know, going to Green Bay, going to Chicago, whatever the fuck it is, going to Pittsburgh, going to all of those cold games, double gloved up, just dropping dimes left and right. I'm gonna keep the Patriots though, just for fun. Just for fun. Doesn't mean anything. Browns at Saints, kind of a game if you ask me. Let's just ride the Saints. Jameis going back to New Orleans. He's probably gonna have some family there. I think he's gonna have a good game. I really do. Probably not, but I think he's going to. Probably not. Derek Carr's been kind of back on track. I think the expectations have been lowered so much that he's kind of just playing ball now. I think he should just always do that. I think he should always just play ball. You know? Give me the Saints 1.5. Don't feel good about it, but whatever. Here it is. We talked about it on the recap. What to do with the Colts. What are they doing with the Colts? I think Flacco's got to play this game. Unfortunately, I think Anthony Richardson could win this game. I think both quarterbacks for the Colts could win this game. That's how bad the Jets are. This is my last hurrah on the Jets. Okay? It's -4. I hate that number. It's like it's like hitting on a 16. Okay? I don't like hitting on 16s. I really don't. I know it's by the book or by the letter of the law, the blackjack gods. Okay? I know you're supposed to hit on a 16. I don't like hitting on 16s. I'm more of a vibes man. Hey, he just pulled an 8. I'm showing a 16. You're showing a 7. Dealer's got a 7. Fucking flip over a 3. Pull over a 5. Throw a 10 on there. Okay? Bust. I'm sitting there with a 16. I get it. Maybe next round it kind of fucks me over. But it's kind of one of those things where this 4 is just so gross that it's like, so they're winning by a touchdown or going to lose by a field goal. That's what it is. So it's like, I don't think the Jets should be favored over 2.5 over anyone right now. I'm going to fuck it. You know what? Last hurrah. Last hurrah with the Jets. This is it. They cover? Fine. I'll pick and choose again. But, like, this is it. This is the game. This is the telling one right here. Ravens at Steelers. I want this game to be the night game because, like, Bengals Chargers. I mean, it's gonna be an okay game, but like this screams to me night game. Let's go to the Steel City. Let's have the Ravens come on the road where they're all whites, Steelers and all black, maybe yellow pants. Just mud game, just an absolute mud game. With that being said, I feel like this is a Mike Tomlin spot every time. Underdogs at home, 3 points. Don't get me wrong. I think the Ravens can easily win not easily. I think they could win the Super Bowl this year, but just going to I feel like there's a problem with the Ravens the last 4 or 5 years going to Pittsburgh and winning the game. I think there's a problem with it. I'm gonna go Steelers +3. I'm probably falling into a trap right here just because. But Mike Tomlin at home underdog. I mean, it was a 1-point game last week with the fucking Commanders. The Steelers won by a point. So I don't know. I like that. I'm okay. I feel comfortable with that because the Ravens have kind of been, doing whatever they want, and maybe they continue that. Maybe they do. But it's just like going into Pittsburgh, division rival. I think Mike Tomlin pulls it out, and Russell Wilson is going to play okay. Falcons, Broncos. Broncos -2.5. I absolutely love it. Kirk Cousins, indoor cat. I was about to call Matthew Stafford indoor cat. Kirk Cousins is the definition of an indoor cat. He is. That's just what he is. When was the last time he played outside? Washington? Come on. Broncos 2.5. Sure, win by a field goal. I think they're kind of pissed off that they didn't beat the Chiefs last week either, because they should have won that game. They'll have it fixed. They'll have it ready. Coach will have it good. I'm not worried about it. I actually love that line. I might fucking unload a whale play on it. Seahawks going to the 49ers. 49ers minus 6.5. What do we want to do here? Talk to me, boys. Here's the thing. Seahawks are coming off a bye. They've kind of had a shitty year, kind of a figuring it out year. Geno hasn't played great, but he hasn't played really that bad either. He's kind of right in the middle of it all. He's a league leader in passing yards, I think. Seahawks, 49ers. I'm gonna lay the 6.5 with the 49ers. I think it's putting oil back on an engine. This last week, the engine was dry. They were trying to put oil on it, but it wasn't working. This practice week, oil's gonna be going. Oil's gonna be flowing. They're gonna have shit going on. I think the Seahawks keep it close for a little bit, but again, 49ers just pull it out. 49ers pull it out, and they're gonna win by 6. There it is. They're gonna win by 6. Calling it right now. So I'm gonna lose that bet already, but it's fine. Chiefs going to Buffalo. I have to take Buffalo. Simply because they're due. Now let me talk to you. When someone's due, they're fucking due. I think Josh Allen's been pissed off for a couple years about losing the Chiefs so many times, and I get it. It means so much to him. It means so much to everyone in the Bills organizations to fucking beat the Chiefs. No one likes the Chiefs, okay? No one likes the Chiefs. But Josh Allen's been playing out of his mind this year. I think we can all agree on that. He has been playing out of his mind. Chiefs kind of they're kind of skating by and they're just winning games. They're just, a couple games sure, they're going to win. Last week, perfect example, they needed a field goal block to win. Shit like that just doesn't happen, okay? For the Chiefs, it might. For the Chiefs, it definitely might, but it's you going into Buffalo. There's a theory out there that the Bills should just not play this game. Should just lose this game on purpose, which I kind of support because they have the AFC East on lock. The next closest team, I think, is a 2 or 3 win team. It's just but do you want momentum of the Chiefs on you? Even though you're kind of hey, let's just throw this fucking game, whatever. I think it's going to be a good game regardless, but I think it's going to be they're always on a collision course. This year, it's the Chiefs, Bills, Ravens. Bengals are kind of out of it. Those 3 teams are on a collision course. Who gets there is beyond me. I don't know. But it's kind of one of those things where I just think the Bills are up there with the Ravens and the Chiefs. I really do. I think they're that good. I think their defense is maybe a little spotty. Their pass game kind of a little spotty. But you could point out Ravens defense isn't that good. Chiefs offense isn't that good. I know they have that, everyone knows that they're going to turn it on in the playoffs, but it's why don't they just turn it on now? I think these teams are going to not show each other a lot because they are on their collision course. And I want to see the Bills win. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to see the Chiefs win. I think someone needs to beat them, and the Chiefs are going to win, aren't they? Chiefs are going to win. Do you want to know why they're going to win? Because no, the Bills are going to win, but the Chiefs are going to win later. When they meet each other in the playoffs, they're going to be oh, they beat us in the regular season, so they're going to have extra motivation, extra fire, and they're going to have some plays drawn up, and they're going to win by fucking 6 or 7 points in that playoff game. There it is. There's the script. There's the NFL script there, right there before your eyes. That's exactly what's going to happen. Bills are going to win this game. Unless Doug McDermott, not Doug McDermott, head coach for the Bills, unless he does some stupid shit. Bengals, Chargers. Bengals need to win every game. Fuck it, let's take the Bengals just for fun. Chargers look good, though. I will say, Chargers look real good. They are frisky. They're fun. They're running the shit out of the ball. Justin Herbert has an absolute missile of an arm. I wish I had him as my quarterback. Bengals need to win every game, so it's fuck it. Let's take the Bengals in this. Joe Burrow's been on an absolute tear the last couple weeks. That Ravens loss kind of sticks with him. Maybe he carries it over to this game, and it's hey, boy, Hey boy, did I just say hey boy? Hey bro, let's go out there and just win the rest of these games. Like fuck it, see what happens. I think that's kind of the mentality that they have in the Bengals locker room. So fuck it, let's ball. Let's go take the Bengals. Then the easiest bet I think of the entire weekend: Texas minus 7.5. Cowboys are absolutely dead. CeeDee Lamb and Michael Parsons, I kind of feel bad for because it's like Michael Parsons is going to be on the field 80% of the time, and CeeDee Lamb is going to be on the field 20% of the time. And it's like, whatever. CeeDee Lamb's going to eventually give up. They're on quit watch. So Texans minus 7.5. Only other thing that I got is the NBA Cup started. The most fun in-season tournament that there is. I thought it started another month or so, but nope, it started. So yeah, I like seeing the cool floors. Some of them are fucking stupid though. Some of them are so ugly. Like I was watching the Sixers game with the Knicks. Blue court. It's like I get it. Maybe just put some designs in the cup. Like have a normal floor and then like a cup in the middle and like the paint have that be a different color and design with the cup logo. But the entire floor, it's too much. It's too much. Too much. Too much. All right, that's it. Beyond the spread. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Adios.